a bittersweet ending for our friend, a bittersweet water
A
ending.
better Sweetwater ending.
Finally got to find out why it was Sweetwater Vengeance, by the way.
Mm.
Also, it's the area where the denouement happened.
No spoilers for any of our listeners who might want to read it.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't said a dang thing.
Uh, well, how's it
So,
happening, Paul?
yeah, Ben, it's Wednesday instead of Thursday because tomorrow, Thursday, Jennifer, Betty, and I are going to be, what happened? The whole world inverted.
What?
Um, for those of you who are watching the live stream, Ben's picture just flipped.
It did? Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Look at that. It did.
yep.
No idea why it did that.
But there you go. It happened, and I helped.
Cool.
Um, yeah. So it was one of those situations, Ben, where I was again combing through my hair and it, hurting and me going, I hate this, and then
Hurting?
going, oh yeah, yeah, it hurts to when my hair is long, it hurts to comb it.
Because the comb gets
Uh,
stuck in
Gets stuck in the
the
curls and
curls.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
was like, I don't have to do this anymore.
Oh, before we go any further, check your audio levels. Last week you peaked throughout the entire thing.
Really?
Yeah. It was nigh unusable, but I have tools that were able to fix it.
Ben, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you said I was peaking throughout the entire thing,
Your waveforms
right now,
basically covered the entire wave.
okay, so this is crazy, right? As of right now, as I'm recording, my waveforms, first of all, the level
Yeah.
is at green always. And the waveform is very small. Let me show you in fact
I don't
here.
know what green always means.
Okay, can you see
Yeah.
my
No, see, that's fine. That's how it had been in the past. But for some
this
reason, last week it was like your microphone had gotten turned up to like plus 20 dB.
I don't know what I have done any
Or
differently.
if something happened on export, if you had
Yeah,
like increased loudness for some
I
reason.
yeah, I don't think I did anything different. That's the only thing I'm afraid of. Um, because this what I'm seeing right now is what I saw last time. So that's concerning to me. Um, hmm. Well,
What would it look like if this were off?
I'm not going to do anything different.
Eh.
And so we'll see.
I'll let you know.
Um,
I'll even let you
I,
know as soon as we're done.
I let, oh, for some reason, make Ben mad has been clicked on. I didn't even see that.
I knew
So,
Audition or Audacity had that checkbox.
I mean, right? Doesn't it feel like sometimes?
Every what's made me mad, more mad in my entire life, has not been any person but software.
Yes, software can make you angry because you can't really argue with it.
Can't argue with it. I can punch my desk. It's not gonna. It's not gonna hurt. Get hurt.
Yeah.
I will get hurt.
So, yeah, yes, exactly. You will get more hurt than your desk will.
Physically and
Um,
emotionally.
we went to Betty and I went to our first improv 501 class. I of course have done improv 501 before,
Yeah.
and we have a new instructor who has ties to the Annoyance Theater, which is a cool theater here in Chicago. And I have been introduced to a new term, plotty.
Plotty.
Yes. Caring too much about plot, or
Ah, okay.
but the and it describes a problem that I have that I personally have with improv where I want to state things too much. I'm exaggerating this for effect, Ben. But imagine the improv scene has a suggestion of catheter, and I'm on stage and you enter, right?
Yeah.
And I look at you and say, "Ah, doctor, thank God you're here. My catheter has come out."
You're just following the
Um,
rules.
I'm
You're incorporating the
um,
suggestion into the scene. Not
and you
immediately.
and then you say, well, yes, Mr. Goody, let's take a look at that. And I say, thank you. You know, your nurse was in here earlier, and I heard about her dad and what happened. You know what I mean? Like doing too much. And like I said, I'm exaggerating it, but that's the kind of
Yeah.
thing.
And you find yourself falling into that trap?
That's yeah,
Are you
all the
not?
time.
So you're not letting other people talk?
Oh no, it's not. It's not that I'm not letting other people talk, which is a separate issue that I also have to deal with. But I'm bringing in too much uh backstory. I'm putting
Yeah.
instead of letting the scene be what the scene is, I'm writing a thing.
Before we go on, and this just came to me, I want to say it before I forget it. If anybody's listening to the podcast and aren't looking at the video, you should tune in to today's YouTube to really appreciate Paul's Travis Bickle 1980s punk aesthetic haircut.
Look, can we see, of course, that that there is no
Bickle, of course, had a full mohawk, but when you're facing front
yeah.
and center, it looks like you have a mohawk.
Now here's the thing, Ben. Can we say that perhaps I tried to get a mohawk and the back just wasn't working? And then I realized, wait a second, I could just do this part right here.
I trust you did that yourself.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Why,
I cannot be
why
trusted.
make someone else do it?
I cannot
Yeah.
be trusted to cut my own hair.
Well, with this new haircut, I can be. That's the big thing. I could have gone somewhere and gotten because I was thinking about getting a mohawk, but the back is too easy to mess up.
Yeah.
You know, you can cut too much of it off,
I
etc.
tried trimming my own hair at one point, and it was actually during ATF where I didn't want to get a full haircut, and I actually honestly I didn't have time to go to a salon because
I hear you.
I worked during the day and did the show at night, and so I would just trim the back of my hair, and the late great Sybil Darling was in the cast, and she clocked onto it immediately because she was a hairdresser at the time.
Yes.
And gave me tons of crap for it. She and John McKenna kind of piled on me how horrible, and they were right to do so. My hair probably looked horrible, but it was the back of it. I couldn't see it, so I didn't have to live with it.
I feel as though, yeah, like I said, the style that I have chosen is so weird, right? It defies like no one except me, I think, gets this haircut on purpose. And the way that I do it, Ben, is I grab this front part of my hair and I shave everywhere else around it. And then if there's any hair up here, I trim it.
Yeah.
So it's always the same.
You also did you shave your face since last time? Did you not have any chops or a mustache or a beard last time?
That's the other thing about this haircut is that I shave everything all at once and then I let it grow for a week and then I do it again. It's just going to be a cycle.
Right on.
And I think it's going to work out.
So yeah, today's Wednesday, April 8th. Yesterday, Tuesday, April 7th, were two things. The 37th anniversary of Love Battery and Nirvana playing Annex's 4th Avenue space.
Wow, 37 years ago. That's crazy.
And the reason I know that is because the Facebook decided to show me a post from the guy from Love Battery who posted the poster that we have hanging up out here in the hallway.
Now, is Love Battery still around and doing stuff?
You know what? No idea. I looked them up to see if the guy whose Facebook post I was seeing was actually a member of the
Hmm.
because I don't know the band members' names, right? Um, and all the internet told me was Love Battery was a band that was big in the '90s, which I pretty much already knew. But I do not
Yeah.
know if they're still touring or playing
Now,
or
did Nirvana
live.
open for Love Battery at the time, or were they already?
Nirvana's listed on the poster first, but oh wait, are
Okay.
they? No, let me hang on. I took a picture of it. Um, yeah, Nirvana is listed on the poster first. They're both in the same font weight and size, so I don't
Ah.
know who opened for who. This is, I mean, this is 19. What is this? 1989.
90,
1989.
1980. Oh, wow. 1989, another summer.
So, I don't. I think this is before Nevermind hit big. I have to look that up.
It's got to be, I think. Yeah, because Nevermind.
1991. Nevermind.
Yeah,
September 24th, 1991. So yeah, Love Battery
yeah,
might have been the bigger band at that point.
which would have been interesting. So that's one thing you said. There was another thing that happened.
Oh, were you following the news at all yesterday?
No, I was not.
Good thing. Because our president bleated out in the morning that he was going to wipe the entire Iranian civilization off the map and send them back to the Stone Ages.
Hmm.
And unless they opened the Strait of Hormuz.
Ah,
And he said they have until 8 p.m. Eastern, so 5 o'clock Pacific. And,
that was yesterday.
yesterday, and so the feeling of the country was the U.S. was going to basically drop a nuclear bomb on the Middle East. That's what it felt like what was going to happen.
That was the threat
That was the
that
that
was made.
threat level, very very deep red. And then like an hour before the deadline, they announced that there was some sort of truce or some sort of peace deal. Of course, by now it's all been broken, so who knows what's going to happen. But yesterday was actually a very anxiety-inducing day for a lot of people who are watching the news.
Wow, yeah, I didn't know the extent to that is really interesting that I had no real no real sense of that. The one thing that did happen yesterday is I didn't get my tooth ripped out. I had a dentist appointment, but this dentist appointment was simply to get the whatever you call it, the temporary
Yeah.
bridge and the impressions for them to make the real bridge. And then they're going to take the real bridge and put it in and take out the tooth all at the same time.
This is a rotten tooth that's been causing you issues?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I hate to use the term rotten,
I want to respect the
but
tooth's mental
here's
health.
this is the thing about it. My dentist was like, "Hey, has this tooth been bothering you?" I'm like, "Well, it did for a while, but it hasn't for a really long." He's like,
Ever since it
"Okay,
died, it's been no
yeah,
problem at all.
exactly, yeah." So that's the issue. My dentist has these really cool glasses, by the way. They're like reverse periscopes. So when he's working my mouth, he's staring straight ahead, and the glasses are showing him my mouth.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, it's for posture. You'll
Yeah.
see old dentists are all hunched over like that.
Yeah,
Um,
dentistry wreaks havoc on your body, man. My old dentist had to retire because his body just couldn't take it anymore.
yeah.
Specifically his hands. He's wicked arthritis in his hands.
Wow. Yeah, my dentist is really cool. Um, I have a big trust issue with dentists and everything, so I really like him and what he does.
I it's important to like your dentist because
Yeah.
there is a lot of dental anxiety.
Oh, and I rode the bus to the dentist, and it worked out fine.
Good for you. Congratulations. Welcome to living in the big city.
I well, this is the thing is I take the train because I like the train, right?
Right.
But the train doesn't go everywhere.
No.
I'm like, oh, the
Has a
bus,
very
and the bus is
specifically laid out route, the train does.
yeah. So that was good. And but here's the thing that made
Paul's
my
pausing
commute
because he's taking a
all of
drink.
sorry, yeah. The thing that made my commute that much more better is I bought the best of Fatboy Slim.
The best of Fatboy Slim.
Yes. And the album is called Why Try Harder, I think. Why Try Harder, the best of Fatboy Slim. And I think maybe what happened was Fatboy Slim put out this album and called it that because he didn't have to do anything.
Primus
But
has a
it's
best of
great.
album. I think it's called They Can't All Be Zingers.
Ah, nice. Primus. Yeah. You know what I like, Primus.
Yeah, Primus sucks.
Primus sucks.
The Fatboy Slim Norman Cook collection is probably my favorite of the Fatboy Slim albums.
The Norman Cook collection.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
It's got I Left My Wallet in El Segundo.
Oh, shoot. I like that one a lot. I don't
Um,
think mine has that one.
yeah. There are a bunch of there's also an album that I really dislike. Because he's got this. It's called I think it's Acid Enlightenment, and it's basically just noise.
Oh no.
That is a poor
Wow.
approximation of what that is.
But still,
Just imagine if you took the sound of a chainsaw and ran it through auto tune for 4.5 minutes.
I still want to do like the only thing I can call it is anti-rap. It's not anti-rap exactly, but it's you take something that's in where the beats are on the one and the three, and then you put like I'm thinking like marches, like John Philip Sousa. Is that his name? John Philip Sousa, is that right?
Yeah.
John Philip Sousa, and then you put auctioneering over the top of it. It's just all treble, and
Cool.
I think it would sound very interesting.
You have a music studio to your right. Why don't you make one?
Oh, yeah, I have a whole bunch of musical equipment from bygone eras, and I'll never get as much as I paid for them.
Yeah.
But Ben,
They bring you so
I
much joy.
prefer, I prefer this. I prefer just me and my
Is
ukulele
pineapple ukulele.
for playing stuff. Um, I like having ideas. I don't like doing anything. Famously, yes. So I guess so. The deadline was yesterday, and now it hasn't happened. Um, that's a little
Yet.
crazy. Yeah.
Because Iran is already saying that the U.S. has violated the peace terms, and Israel is still bombing Lebanon, and so I don't
Yeah.
know this for a fact because I don't have the details, but I have heard that the peace plan that Trump has tentatively agreed to with Iran is worse than the plan that Obama had agreed to with Iran that Trump said was a horrible, horrible deal. But of course,
I
we
believe
all know it
that,
was
of
only a
course.
horrible deal because it had Obama's signature on it.
Mm, I didn't know taupe was spelled Taupe. And there's a reason for that. So,
He
so I
says,
believe
changing the subject.
no, 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 no. I believe that Obama's uh, had a book called The Audacity of Hope,
Yes.
and when he wore that suit, the headline was "The Audacity of Taupe," and I thought that was really funny.
Those innocent days when they just had to find anything to complain about.
Yeah, can you imagine, Ben?
Not anymore.
Uh, nope, nope.
Not
That's
when.
all. That's all gone now.
Not when.
Now we have computers to imagine for us, Ben.
80,000 tech workers have been laid off in the last month, 50% of which due to AI.
Eighty
So,
thousand.
if you're trying to find a job today in the tech sector, good luck.
Wow.
If you want to be a
Who
plumber,
knows?
however, come right on in.
Well,
And look at this toilet. Does this look bad to you?
if you want to be a plumber, come right in and oh, what's that? Oh, I have to know stuff. So
That's I mean, every once in a while I come across like a post on Reddit saying, you know, what's a good job that makes a lot of money, and people are like electrician or plumber. AI won't take it away, and you make bank. And I'd rather be a plumber than an electrician because shit can't kill you if you touch it.
well, Ben, I've got bad news for you and a lot of the people in the Middle Ages. But no, I mean, that was why I started doing low volt electricity stuff. But I just couldn't hack it, Ben. The people, I didn't get along with a lot of the people.
You see, that's the thing. Plumbers, it feels like they work pretty like solitary. They work.
Oh,
They're
you can
solo
work
solo guys.
if you're a journeyman, you could work pretty much solo also in
Yeah,
electricity stuff.
yeah.
But yeah.
I. Uh, this being said, I'm not gonna go into the trades
Yeah.
to be a plumber because I don't like dealing with people. So
Yeah, you do have to do that. Also, you can't when you're an electrician, here's the other it's not always the case, but oftentimes you can't ride on the elevator with the other people. You have to take a service elevator, which is a bad elevator. That kind of stuff. It's really interesting. Um, I got a little bit of a feeling of the upstairs downstairs of it all when I was doing electrician stuff.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it was really the people that have the
the class
suits.
system in
Yep,
the as a journeyman.
and having had been a customer service person for Amazon for a while,
Yeah.
just not being able to do the same. I was like, wait, what do you mean I can't do this? That seems incorrect to me. But yeah. So this is the thing. I feel as though we Jennifer and I talked about this. Our house will be paid off if we follow the payment plan that we were given, which we're already paying more than that, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But our house will be paid off in 2054. The reason that came up is because we were talking about years that don't sound like years. Like 2054 is never going to happen.
Nope.
Um, but I was thinking about it, and yeah, work is gonna be weird, right? We've talked about this before, but I feel like it's high time for us to talk about it again. We need to change our concept of morality. and not our concept. Like you and I are fine. I'm talking about the country's
Yeah.
concept of morality. Um, that food stamps are bad. That being unemployed is bad. That, if you like people, they don't mind that there are food stamps. Some people do, but some people who don't mind that there are food stamps still, you can't buy them for stuff that's
No.
nice.
But why should my tax
You know,
dollars go towards feeding
right?
somebody else who's too lazy to work when I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Exactly. That too lazy to work thing is the problem because we're not all people, right? We're the people are the people that make stuff. I'm saying this again is an idea that some people have. This is not my opinion, and I believe it's not yours either. People are the people that make stuff. They're earners and they're takers, and I don't want to be my stuff. I don't want my stuff to be taken
Right.
by those takers, those people who don't do anything. That's their attitude, and that's what needs to change because the way that things are getting set up, if it happens the way that it happens, there's not going to be any busy work. Anything that's inconsequential is going to be done, kind of automatically behind the scenes, etc.
Yeah, I mean
For
the robots are only doing the jobs that people don't want to do. It's a win-win.
Yeah, well, and this is the thing. I've also heard that nobody wants to work anymore. So they're doing all the jobs, man, which
Yeah.
is fine. I Nobody wants to work anymore, especially me, says CEO.
Nobody wants to
Um,
work anymore for low pay and no benefits. How dare they?
yeah, exactly. So, this is a fun thing. Talking about working. I went to Chipotle, and for my diet, Chipotle is great. Any any place that has a bowl option where you can just get stuff in a bowl is generally good.
Yeah.
Because what kind of rice you want? Don't want any rice. No rice for me, thank you. I just want the meat, and I want these. Right. So what I do is I get the meat, and I get the sour cream, and I get the fajita veggies, and I get salsa, the green salsa, and I get the cheese, and I get the guacamole, and I get all that stuff, and it's a number one, 100% tasty.
And probably quite filling too.
Yeah, it can be for sure. I'm eating this kale.
Yeah, it was. I was gonna remark on how it's placed as if it's a product placement and on your screen there.
It's really good.
Brad's crunchy kale.
Brad's
Today,
crunchy
the
kale
Goody Loves
is
broadcast.
great, and this one is vampire killer. It's got a lot of garlic, makes it tasty.
Gotta keep the
Let's see what
vampires
else.
away. You understand?
Yeah, you gotta seaweed. I can eat the seaweed stuff, no problem. Edamame, no problem.
Norimaki.
What's that?
I don't know what the cracker part is. It might be rice based, but it's this. It's
Oh,
this like reddish, like savory cracker that's wrapped with the seaweed. They're really good.
almost all crackers. Too many carbs.
Yeah.
It's too bad. And you know me, Ben. I like bread. Uh, I just can't eat it. That's the that's the issue. And I'll have some every once in a while. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not on a no carb diet. I'm on a low carb diet.
Yeah.
So
Have you
I
lost
think
any weight?
um well then
Have you
you tell me.
misplaced any weight?
No,
Well, you lost a few pounds of
I've lost
hair.
I lost 10 pounds.
Excellent.
Um and occasionally I lost 15 pounds, but that five fluctuates.
I have a standard deviation of 5 to 7 pounds from any given
Yeah.
day. Yeah. Not day.
Oh
I don't
man, do
go
you?
7 pounds a day. No, but like it's
Yeah. Do you remember when we did ATF? Uh,
all too well.
I was not ATF. I'm sorry.
Fucked.
The other one. Oh, which by the way, where were the pig janitors?
Yeah.
Um,
The evening
I have
of
a
theatrical atrocities.
I have a videotape of that. I found out.
Oh yeah, I made one.
Do you still have one?
I digitized mine. You know what? I may have actually only digitized our parts.
Because here's the thing that's funny about it. Um, I didn't know that I had it. Uh, because it's the safety cowboy video. You remember the prop, the safety cowboy video
Yeah.
for Puppet House?
Yeah.
I've
So did you pop that into a VCR wanting to see the safety cowboy and it turned out to be
no,
that play?
no. I was like, well, wait a second. What is this videotape? I'm like, Jennifer, I think this is yours, and she was like, no, that's you, buddy. We don't have a VCR.
That's
I
all
really do
you.
want to. That is something I want to get. I want to get something that plays VHS tapes. I do think that would be really interesting.
Just go to your local Goodwill.
If they made well, yeah, maybe. If they made you know how they make those things that play vinyl now, but they don't actually have a needle. It reads the grooves.
Like with a laser?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
There's one that doesn't even have a turntable. It's the craziest thing.
That is the craziest thing.
But I would love to see a device that reads VHS tapes without putting them through so you don't have to rewind them. It could happen, I think. I believe everything is possible. All at once.
Even peace on Earth. Hey, how about that moon mission?
Oh, yeah, again, not being into the
You're not
news, I don't
you're
know that
not
much
paying
about it.
attention to that at all? Oh.
Mm-mm.
They found some monsters and they're bringing them home. Who knew
Really?
what happens on the far side of the moon could be so interesting?
We talked about this already. Werewolf on the Moon?
Have we?
I think we have. What? Are you just a werewolf all the time, do you think?
Somebody made a warehouse joke online recently, and Steven posted our video in the comment section.
Ah, yeah. I've seen several things where again, not our joke either, really. I
No.
mean, somebody else did it first, probably.
I think what it was it was a 2-panel meme, and the first panel was a regular suburban home in daylight, and the second panel was a warehouse under moonlight
Oh, that's fun. I like
in
that.
the same location.
That's that's great.
Pretty clever and simple comic, based on a pun.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, that is something. When you get old, you got two things you can do. You can either go, ah, yes, things are variant of a lot of different things, and I am okay with it. Or you can become crazily miserly about stuff.
Hey, on Saturday I went to a physical media store in Rat City.
Oh, how was
I
that?
bought a couple of Blu-rays. That's how that was.
What
What
Blu-rays did you
I
buy?
bought They Live. You remember They Live?
Hey,
We Sleep. And I've already watched it twice. Once clean and once with the audio commentary by John Carpenter and Rowdy Roddy Piper.
wow, Ben, wow.
And
How was that?
Roddy Piper is just as crazy and unhinged as you think he is.
Nice.
The weird thing is though they recorded it in 2001, like September 11th had just happened, and
Oh
they
no.
reference it like near the end of the film. It was like, oh, okay, so this is. I mean, I know that Roddy Piper died like 11 years ago, so I knew it wasn't a current thing, right?
Yeah.
I know that John Carpenter's still with us, but it was interesting just being like, oh, okay, this was recorded 25 years ago.
Oh, hey, do you remember the French electronic artist Carpenter Brut?
I do not.
Um, well, uh, they have a great song. I recommend you check it out called Fab Tool.
Fab Tool.
Yes, the song Fab Tool. Oh, and well, check out the video. Why don't you?
Don't you know?
While you do that, the guy from 13 Horsepower, whose name I can't remember, and Woven Hand, does the vocals for it.
All right.
It's and the two things together are just great. Anyway, it's called Fab Tool. It's wonderful. But Carpenter Brute uh, is a pun I found out. There's some sort of champagne that sounds kind of like Carpenter Brute. It might be Champagne Brute. It might
Brute.
be
Brute is a
Carter Brute.
brand of champagne, I believe.
Brut.
Yeah,
Brut.
it's a sparkling wine, I believe. It may not be an actual champagne.
It's not champagne, but it's got a word that looks kind of like Carpenter. It might be Charpenter, like with a CH, something like that. Um, but the Carpenter part is a reference to John Carpenter because of John Carpenter's self-made electronic scores for several of his movies.
Dude has I was looking him up on the IMDb recently. He's got a lot of composer and musician credits.
Yep, yep.
It's really impressive.
And his stuff is good. I like it.
Brute is also a cologne.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, Carpenter Brute itself is a real pun. I just can't remember
Saint-Hilaire.
um, what the thing that it's making the pun on is. You know what I mean? Oh, Ben, I got to say, this diet, it does make me hungry, and when I get hungry, I do get spacey.
I
So that
don't.
is a problem.
I'm not. The only Brute I'm pulling up is a freaking body wash.
Um, you could just look up Carpenter Brute uh, name pun, maybe.
No, I have to figure it out on my own.
Okay.
Which I'm not gonna do here on the show.
Like I
But
said, can you do Charpenter and see if that's anything? Charpenter Brute?
Carpenter Brute, Charpenter. You want Charpenter Brute?
Yeah, like with a CH.
Why?
Because I think that's what the pun is. Um,
Okay, here it is.
ah,
Um, it contends that the name Carpenter Brute is a play on words derived from the surname of filmmaker and composer John Carpenter and the champagne Charpentier Brute.
okay, there we go. Charpentier.
Charpen-
Very close.
Charpentier.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Fab Tool,
I'd never heard of.
great
Fab
song.
Tool 4.
Okay, so news wise, Chicago wise, what else is going on? The sheriffs.
Are
There
in
are
town.
sheriffs that are at all the train platforms because Cook County got a bunch of money to help crack down on
People
crime
skipping
on
out on paying the
public
fare.
transit and smoking. No one was smoking.
Dealing the drugs.
Well,
We haven't quite gotten
You
armed
can't.
security on our light rail yet. Oh, yeah, light rail
Yeah.
now goes to the east side. They opened up the floating train part. Um, but they
Oh,
do have fare enforcers and
yes.
fare ambassadors. The ambassadors, they don't quite enforce. They ambass, and
How does that work exactly?
they just the
They
last.
just come up to you and say, "Hey, buddy, ever think about paying the fare for this train?"
I think it's more of a semantic thing to make him seem not as threatening. And there was at one I did get on the train recently, and the fair ambassadors got on, and when we started rolling, one of the guys started making an announcement because that's what they do. Hey, my
Yeah.
name's Rod, and that's my partner Tellin over there on the other side of the car. We're gonna go around collecting the fares, so have your cards out or your tickets. But this guy said that they weren't going to check fares. They were just there to answer any questions anybody might have about train fares.
Ah.
Nobody had any questions before I got off on the next stop and then exited the train.
So, um, I guess the big thing is in Chicago, you can't actually get onto the light rail platform without paying.
Yeah, Seattle is
Like,
unique in that regard.
yeah,
There are no gates here.
yeah, eventually Amazon is just going to charge you whenever you drive past the station. It's a microtransaction. Um, so yeah, I'm liking where I'm at. I'm liking how it's all working out. Um, now that I have the bus, right? I can make it from my house to Beverly, which is where I do a lot of my stuff. It's where my dentist is. There's a health food store I go to there and all that. 25 minutes door to Beverly, 25 minutes back. Not bad at all.
Bus only, no train.
That's if I take the bus. Yeah, bus only, no train. Uh,
All bus, no
no
train.
fries, only chips. What is it?
No Coke, only Pepsi.
Oh yeah.
Cheeseburger,
So
cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
I went to that place. Did I tell you about this?
No.
And I got the curse breaker, which is so the idea is that the Cubs apparently lost because the guy who owns this burger place tried to bring his goat into the stadium and they wouldn't let him.
Curse of the Billy
Have
Goat. Yeah.
you heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know. I only know it as the Curse of the Billy Goat. I don't know how it came to be.
Okay, so the curse of the Billy Goat. Apparently, it's the owner of this cheeseburger place, and he put a curse on them.
Made famous by Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
Wow.
all of that.
Well, I
And
know
of
they're a
course,
bunch of Second City guys, so that makes sense.
yeah, exactly. That is the idea. Is that that's where it came from, kind
Yeah.
of. So so I don't know about that place. If I could go there again, I probably could get something there. Here's the thing, everything in moderation, right? Um, except for me, not so much. I am very hardcore. I'm just going to do this. I think in May, let's see, February to March, March to April, April to May. Yeah, in May I'll be going back and checking what my vitals are like, and then we'll see. But I haven't. This is the big thing: is I haven't been trying to eat less. I've just been changing up what I eat.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like when you and I were trying to get to the same weight. Uh,
I
and when
wasn't
I say
really
you
an
and
active
I,
participant in that regard, though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
um,
Like I didn't think of it, but if you had started eating a lot more, like eating a whole pie at every meal or whatever, we could have gotten
we would have
there.
gotten there like lickety
Yeah,
split, man.
And also, Ben's dead.
Hooray! Success! It's our
Oh,
best performance art project
Ben,
ever.
do you remember? I think I told you about this already. Did I tell you about this like two times ago?
Tell me what it is, and I'll let you know.
The idea of the sketch where you and I live in the same house, and you say, "Now, Paul, say your prayers before you go to bed," and we're in matching pajamas, all right? And I'm like, "Dear God, please kill Ben. Please, please do whatever you can, please." And then you're like, "Very good." And because the idea originally was, I think this is what I mentioned to people, that it's the same thing that Penn and Teller had leveled against them. People think that you, Ben, are the normal one, but some of the weirdest things are things that you. So like my idea was, and please keep Ben safe, and I don't know if you said yes, or if I pitched it and you said yes, we should do it. But instead, you make me say my prayers. My prayers are all about you dying. But as long as I say them, then we're okay because I'm doing the good thing.
You gotta follow the rules.
Got to follow the rules. Um, but anyway, yeah, that's the one. Again, several things I'm sad that we didn't do. That was one of them.
Well,
The
you just gotta come back to Seattle, man.
Yeah, you got to move to Chicago, man.
You gotta move to
I can't.
Chicago.
I can't afford to live in Seattle.
I can't afford to live in Chicago.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm not gonna live where you live. I want to live in the city.
Oh, well, yeah. Wait, the city of Chicago is more expensive than the city of Seattle?
I don't know. Probably
I
not.
don't. I
Seattle's
don't
pretty
think so.
expensive.
I don't think. So.
I
Yeah.
just re-signed my lease, and I'm like, oh dear God, am I gonna regret this? I like my place, but like they did raise my rent,
How much should they raise it by?
almost $200 a month.
Oh, those jerks.
Yeah.
Um, the good news is, my house has raised in value. The
As
bad news is, I think that
should
means my taxes are also going to be higher.
probably never owned property,
Hmm.
so I don't exactly know how that works.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So we've got
All I know is that when the tax assessor comes, you got to make it look like a real crap hole.
oh, done and done, my friend. Uh,
So much so that he's calling you asking if you guys are okay.
we've got a junk guy who has been driving around recently. Um, and I think he might live around here or something
So he's just
because he
like
stopped.
going to and coming from work.
Maybe, but he's got a big white truck that has junk in it all the time.
Yeah.
And my my neighbor Sean had his garage broken into,
Right.
and he was like, I don't know, man. I see this truck around with all this stuff in it, and but Jennifer's like, well, yeah, but it's driving through the neighborhood, right?
Do you think he's gonna come back looking
It
for more stuff from the house he already stole from?
Well, the idea is that if it's driving through the neighborhood all the time, right, and you see it like twice a day or whatever, that doesn't mean that it's in the neighborhood every day. It means it's driving through the neighborhood. Who knows how many neighborhoods this guy drives through
Yeah.
on a daily basis? It's going to be me because I've low jacked his truck. No, I have not.
LoJack Horseman.
Low jack is a great name for a band, I think. Um, but
They just play car alarm songs.
yeah, exactly. Wait, what? Is there a band called Car Alarm? Oh, or they play. I got it. Got it. Yeah, I told you about that. I have a kid, guy I went to high school with who stole car alarms.
He stole car alarms.
Yeah, he
From
stole car
cars.
alarms because they were the thing that was supposed to save you from getting your car broken into.
Right.
So he would steal car alarms and he would steal radar detectors. That was the other thing because
Clever.
he figured the police wouldn't get a complaint that your radar detector got stolen. Yeah, he died
Stealing a car
on the way
alarm.
to or no, on the way to or the way from Burning Man. I forget which, but
Like recently?
no. When we were, I think I was in college
Ah,
and he was going to or from Burning Man.
well.
So yeah, interesting though it may be. Um, I didn't really follow up with him much after that. He was one of those guys
After he
where
died, you didn't follow up with
no,
him?
I didn't follow up with him. Sorry, after he got arrested for stealing
Okay.
things out of cars. And a lot of my friends were better friends with him. They went to visit him in jail and stuff, and they're like, we're going to visit
That's
him in
a
jail, and I was like, I don't need to.
that's an
I'm all
experience
right.
I've never had. Was visiting somebody in prison.
Would you visit me in prison if I went to prison, Ben?
Of course, I'd
Would it
make you.
depend on?
I would make sure that you were keeping your mouth shut.
Well, would it? Yeah, I was gonna say, would it depend on what it was for? I think so. I we've had talks with Betty before about how you stand by your kid, but there are some crimes
There are boundaries.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
if you went to jail for human trafficking, we might have a serious conversation. Um, so let's see what else. My Easter happened.
Easter did happen. Did you do an
People
Easter?
were no, we don't really do Easter. We were going to at one point in time try to make it a thing to go to. I think we talked about this maybe. There's the thing about Jewish people going to Chinese
Yeah.
during Christmas.
Yeah.
We were thinking about doing Indian food during Easter, but we forgot.
Did you
Uh,
you forgot it was Easter or
both, both. Forgot it
yeah.
was Easter, then we remembered that it was Easter, and then we forgot that we were supposed to do something.
I was here in this lovely room actually all day on Easter. We had two shows that I live streamed
Ah,
from this very desk.
what is the show again?
We had a matinee of our currently running main stage called "Wife of Headless Man Investigates Her Own Disappearance"
Yes, a wonderful title that I love so much.
by Yusuf El Gindi. It's actually it's a good show. I enjoy it. And we also had a work in progress staged reading, the name of which it's called Deadheading. And so there was a Easter double header double feature.
Oh, nice.
So we had Headless and Deadheading. So our
Yes.
marketing person had a lot of fun with that one.
What is deadheading?
Deadheading is when you have a group of flowers and they're still like growing, and you cut off the bulbs of some of the flowers that aren't as good to make sure all the nutrients go to a select few to thrive.
Oh,
And so you move that premise to people, say, and it becomes a
yes.
pretty dark story.
Ah, and those people are all fans of the band Fish. Um,
I see what you did there.
that was, yeah, exactly.
Fish heading is a completely different
Hey, hold
song
on.
whatsoever.
Bill Paxton is apparently in the video for Fish Heads.
Is he
Yeah, I want to say.
really pulling fish
Maybe he
heads?
was in that band even.
That would be a shock to me. I'd never heard that before. stars who sort of like had cameos in music videos that have only recently come to light after they became stars. Jason Statham was in a music video for the band The Shaman and danced while wearing only underwear and oiled up.
Ah,
It's pretty fun to watch.
precursor to the Transporter.
Yes. Precursor to Snatch, I must, or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which is where I first saw him.
Oh, well, I was saying the Transporter. It's either the Transporter or the Transporter 2. I forget which. He oils himself up when he's fighting some people.
That's got to be part two because I've seen the Transporter. I don't
Yeah,
remember. Well, A of all, I don't remember much of that movie anyway. But B of all, I don't remember that part. So
it's got to be part two then. Yeah, it's the idea. It's one of these situations where he's getting into a fight with a whole bunch of people, and he doesn't have any weapons, but there's grease there, and so he does this.
so he can slip out of
My
their holds.
That's exactly right. That's
Yeah.
that's what he. My favorite, my favorite type of, and this is why I like the Transporter movies so much. Sammo Hung's stuff as well, which is just I'm not going to be able to beat you in a fight, but what I'm going to be able to do is fight weird so that you can't get used to what I'm doing. Also happens in Green Room, which is very strange.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, Green Room, Ben, you should see it.
There's
It's good.
actually there's a martial arts movie that uh, might have already left the theaters that sounded interesting to me, and I didn't get to go see it, but I'll try to look it up at some point. It's directed by I believe it's directed by Yin Wu Ping, who was the martial arts choreographer
Oh,
on The
sure.
Matrix.
The Matrix. Yep.
Blades of the Guardian. Somebody described it as a martial arts version of Mad Max Fury Road.
Wow.
So check it out. Blades of the Guardians. If it's playing in a theater near you. I don't go to the movies anymore, so I'll just wait for it to hit my TV.
Yeah, exactly. There's a movie that's on Netflix right now that I want to see for sure, which is Suso, Suso.
Okay, never
It's
heard of
a Finnish. Oh, and it's got another title because it's a sequel to the first one, but
it.
it's a Finnish revenge story that takes
And
place in
those
World War
Finns,
II.
they revenge hard.
Yes, yes, they do. Um, oh, and Starfield. Starfield has come out on the PS5.
I take
If
it
you
that's not a movie, that's
remember,
a game.
yes, if you remember this, Jennifer and I got an Xbox so that we could play Starfield, which was an Xbox exclusive. And then we stopped playing it because the Xbox was not as good.
I think they've
Uh,
even discontinued it by this point.
yeah, they're not doing the hardware anymore, from what I understand,
Yeah.
which is a little crazy. But so Starfield has now come out for the PS5, and it looks fantastic. Also, Crimson Desert is pretty cool as well. And with that, Ben, we are at the end of another
I
podcast.
have no video game recommendations. I'm not even watching any TV right now, aside from new episodes of The Pit when they come out.
Oh,
Because
well, I just finished The Devil's Plan, and that was very good.
I am looking for a new
Um,
TV show to watch.
oh, well, might I recommend? No, I don't know if you'd like The Devil's Plan. It's a reality show where people are all smart,
You're right. I don't like
uh,
things where smart people are in them.
which I enjoy. But let me think. Oh, did you see all? Yeah, you've
I
seen
finished
everything that I recommended, I think.
I finished Bodies. You told me about this French TV show that was
Oh
good.
yeah, did you
Um,
did you watch all that one
I did.
as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. It's just one
Yeah.
season, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't found
Can't
any
remember the name of it.
specific one. I don't think yet that I've watched all of, if that makes sense. I started watching Anthracite. I haven't gotten into it.
Have you? You don't have Apple TV, do you?
I do have Apple
Have you
TV.
seen Foundation?
Oh, Foundation. I've seen some of
It's
Foundation.
it's one of those TV shows that's recommended, and I'm like, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I started it. I didn't finish it. Not because
High
I didn't like
praise.
it. No, but this is the thing. Not because I didn't like it, but because something else came on that I wanted to watch instead.
Yeah.
That's the
I'm doing
that's
that
the
with books right
problem.
now. I started reading a book, and I got another book that I wanted to read more, so I just stopped this first one and started reading the second one.
Yep, I understand that. Uh, well, then if I can think of something, I'll let you know. Right now,
Let
I
me
can't.
know. And until then, the
But until
podcast is
then,
closed.
yes, keep it
Keep it
wrong.
wrong. How's it happening? Whatever that
That's
third thing
happening.
was. Stay tuned for the post-show Patreon live special. And if that ever happens, something's gone horribly
If there's
wrong.
ever a Patreon for this show, something has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Then I'll see you next week.